What's up, y'all? It's Poppin' was cracking. It's Steve. Boss here. Reacts to this vid by Trapologist. It's titled 15 Rappers Who Checked Stupid Interviewers. Oop. Let's see who they check. Let's watch.
Hey, man, you guys are nominated tonight. Have a good show.
It's a lot.
Come on, Jay, man.
Bro.
Oh.
Come on, folks.
That's your house, bro. Man, I tell you everything gonna be, bro.
One rapper upped his strap on the interviewer for joking too much, and another spit on the interviewer for taking up for his op. These are rappers who checked stupid interviewers. And we gotta start off with Soulja Boy, because Soulja Boy is known for not being scared to speak his mind and will go off on anyone. In 2019, Soulja Boy was doing an interview with Everyday Struggle, and the main person asking him questions was DJ Academics. Halfway through the show, Academics starts picking at Soulja. First, he tells him he needs to get rid of his Gucci headband since he wears it a lot. Soulja responds by telling him this and pulling out some raps on Academics to shut him up.
Hate on me because I'm rich, I look better than them, I probably they like me, I'm a pretty, I look good, I'm sexy. It is what it is.
That Gucci headband, man. Like,
No, you know what, this is a worse thing because y'all keep clowning me, I'm gonna wear it even more so y'all can keep talking. I love it, bro. I love y'all talking. I can go back.
oh, Drake, hold up, man.
I can go buy, you know what I'm saying, I'm up
Scary.
30 of these headbands, bro.
Seconds later, Soulja lets him know he is mad since they tried playing him like he was broke. And that's the main thing that pisses Soulja off, because he starts going off on everyone on the show.
No, you just trying to play me like I was broke. She was like, y'all think Soulja got money in the bank and y'all think, yo, you crazy?
Soulja then lets DJ Academics and everyone on the show know that they better respect him or things were going to get ugly. He said he was going to slap them because Academics kept trying to downplay Soulja Boy like he was a nobody.
Nah, y'all gotta face it and y'all gotta respect me, bro. Slap, bro.
Soulja Boy then roasted Academics and let him know he's a hater because Academics kept only mentioning the bad things about Soulja, not the good things he's done.
I need the label behind me, bro. So I signed a deal. You a hater.
That's not him.
Hater, you try to pull up the behind it now. Everybody know Drake stole my flow, bro, and that's the end of it.
He took a line from you and you took the same line from a
Man, you fat as
But this isn't the only time a rapper completely went off on DJ Academics during an interview.
hilarious.
Because back at the 2017 BET Awards,
What does that have to do with anything? And you fat as fuck. And that's crazy because this is when Academics was skinty, okay? These are his skinty years.
the
Right now, he,
Migos were on the red carpet during an interview with Navenger Alexis, DJ Academics, and Joe Budden. During the interview, Academics was talking to Takeoff,
What is
saying
that?
how he was left off the song Bad and Bougie. And Takeoff obviously wasn't happy with Academics asking him this, based on how he responded.
no bad and bougie.
I ain't look all bad and bougie. You think I'm left off bad and bougie?
Say again?
You say I'm left off bad and bougie?
What's that?
You say I'm left off bad and bougie?
Yeah.
Do it look like I'm left off bad and bougie?
Academics quickly picked up on the energy and started agreeing with Takeoff so things wouldn't get worse. But that's when Joe Budden decided to get disrespectful. So he cut Takeoff and Academics off, saying they needed to wrap the interview.
That's the one thing I like about the group, because ever since when you were in jail, even though you might see one or the other, y'all move as a collective.
All right, we gotta wrap this up though.
My man, have to try to jump.
I didn't hear you.
it's
The
a nigga
Migos
hating
instantly knew
calling
that Joe was
Joe
trying to be
Budden.
disrespectful. So Quavo told Joe
Who
to go ahead and wrap
outside
it up.
and
Joe gets
press
even more
button.
disrespectful and drops the mic while
No, Joe was a fucking hater, bro. Migos was killing shit around this time, okay? And Joe was hating because they had all this success and he felt like, well, I'm such a better rapper and I'm superior and I should have been that successful. That should have been me. Why did I get to be successful? Me. That was his mentality 1000%. Nigga was hate with his AKA.
Academics is paying homage to the Migos and walks out on them.
Fuck out of
What's
here.
it?
Close it.
Hey, listen, man, I wish I could talk to the Migos longer.
And the whole, if you watch the interview, he started getting irritated when Ack started praising them. Like, Ack was, like, bigging them up, and the more he complimented them, the more Joe visibly got irritated. Like, he was, like, making faces every time Ack gave them a compliment. It's like, why is this necessary? You there to interview these rappers. Your job, you getting paid to interview these rappers. And I feel like he felt like, I'm better than y'all. Like, why am I sitting here interviewing y'all? Because that's your job. And I mean, good for him. He's doing better now. You know, he got his podcast, whatever. Great. Now, I guess he ain't got to be as much of a hater. But back then, he was a bitter ass nigga.
one of my favorite groups. I've been covering for so long. I'm glad there's some people.
And dropped the
Hey,
mic.
That's when the whole squad stood up and got ready to do something to Joe Budden.
That was so
Nominated
wild.
tonight. Have a good show.
Yeah, look off.
No.
But the video only gets crazier because this next rapper upped the poll on the interviewer for joking around about his op too much, since he knew that'd make that piss FBG Butter off. FYB J-Mane started interviewing Chicago rappers not too long ago, and one day he decided to bring FBG Butter on his platform since he and Butter are close partners. The interviewer starts off smoothly with J-Mane, since J-Mane is asking legitimate questions, but midway through, J-Mane brings up snitching in King Lil J, and this is when Butter starts to get frustrated. At first, J-Mane pulls out a mousetrap to troll Butter, and he lets J-Mane know that he needs to chill out.
Now look, bro. Another thing for your rap.
Boy, what? You motherfucker playing with me, bro.
This a mousetrap.
Man, I don't know nothing about that. Shorty, my
Look
slack.
at when you was a rap, bro.
Before you touch that, talk about this shit, folks. Until you making me mad, brother. I love you, folks. I'm trying to show you love on camera, folks. I ain't gonna never flaw you out. But this right here, you flawing me out, folks.
Bro.
That's clown, J-Mane. We gonna start. What you say? We gonna start there?
Then, after Butter tells J-Mane to chill out, since he's actually cool with him and doesn't want to take things there, that's when J-Mane continues to bring up Lil J, one of Butter's ops that he fell out with. And you could tell that Butter was serious.
Saying, bro.
Man, you stay talking about this Gucci man for what you trying to give him some money for?
I'm saying.
He stop my money. I'm not finna keep talking about this what this fact is. It's like I'm arguing with my boyfriend and I ain't no man, folks.
Alright.
I'm too brave, so it's like I keep going back and forth with Lil J and what Lil J say.
J-Mane then pours out a big block of cheese and sits it on the table, since Lil J and other rappers around Chicago say that Butter actually snitched on Lil J, which is why they started beefing. So once Butter saw the block of cheese, he upped his strap and cocked it to make J-Mane chill out with all of the trolling about him. And J-Mane, since he real deal, doesn't like that dude.
It's a lot.
Come on, J-Mane.
Bro.
Come on, G. Come on, folks. Now that's too far, J-Mane. We gonna start with this
Why
too
was
far,
he bringing here
J-Mane,
to
folks.
do this?
What the? That's too far, folks. What the is that, folks? Come on.
Bro.
Hey,
this
we
an
going,
interview.
Splash.
This an interview.
I gotta have the handlers, man.
Bro,
Me and the
bro.
handlers gonna go, man.
Bro, I'm just.
Me and the handlers we gonna slide,
Oh,
man.
y'all.
That ain't handling the business.
Bro, sit down, bro.
You ain't handling the handlers, man.
Bro, this a joke, bro.
Man, ain't no motherfucker.
Bro, stop pulling down
You
pipes.
what the
Shit,
man?
bro. Y'all overdoing
You know
it,
I'm
bro.
dangerous.
Thankfully, it was J-Mane interviewing Butter, because if it was someone he wasn't cool with, things would have probably gone way worse. The interviewer might have lost their life, but after this interview went viral, Butter started receiving
That's
a lot
your
of
friend? You
backlash
pulling out
for
a
putting
gun?
the gun on J-Mane, since fans said it wasn't that serious. The police also saw the clip, which almost led to Butter getting arrested on gun charges.
Oh.
Since Butter is on papers, he told everyone it was a skit so he wouldn't get arrested.
Talk to me about that a
Big
little bit more.
gun.
Like, they just tell me, like, yeah, look at it. He smashed CL. He brought you a block of cheese. They feel like you're a snitch, right? Are you working for the government? Man, I'm too working for the mother government. I ain't get paid. Cause you talking about like, and that's my homie. That's a skit.
Now, let's move on to Kanye, because he went mega viral back in 2022 for many of his interviews. In one interview with Piers Morgan, Ye completely went off on Piers and was talking over him and kept cutting him off like he was a little boy. Ye was talking about him getting dropped from Adidas and how the whole world was trying to cancel him. But Piers wouldn't stop cutting Ye short, and it pissed him off.
You need to go to the top lawyers, the top execs, the owners of the stadiums, the owners of the football teams, and the owners of the record labels. And we're going to put them all in one room. And we're going to read let's go top 10 in each one of these categories, right? Let's read Michael B. Jordan's
Okay, but why would any of that?
Let's
Okay,
read
but
Aaron
why would
Donald's
any of
contract.
that? Why would any of that?
Bro, I ain't finished. I ain't finished my sentence.
Nothing you're saying has anything to do with regret.
Hey, boy, don't finish. I told you. Oh, and don't treat me like a boy then. I'm gonna finish my sentence and my idea.
Later in the interview, Ye walked out of the interview since he wasn't rocking with how Piers was talking to him.
After that moment happens, then I will say, I'm sorry.
Okay, if that's your position.
Interview adjourned. Love you.
But it didn't stop there with Ye. A few weeks later, Kanye went on Tim Pool, and during this interview, he walked off as well, since Kanye was mad that Tim didn't want to speak about Jews, since he knew it would have got him canceled. Because Tim agrees with what Ye is talking about, and says they've been unfair to him. That's when Ye asks him, who are they? And wants Tim to put a name on the people who've been unfair to him.
Because as I'm getting hosed down every day by the press, and financially I'm just standing there. And when I found out that they tried to put me in jail, it was like a dog was biting my arm, and I almost shed a tear, almost. But I still walked in stride through it. Yeah.
I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who was they, though?
But Tim didn't want to be direct since he knew it would have canceled him. So Ye got mad and walked out since the host was beating around the bush. And he wasn't trying to get canceled.
I'm not using I don't use the word as the way I guess you guys use. I'm talking
It is
about
them, though, isn't it? I mean, because because when you think about it, consider it. In 2018.
What do you mean it's not?
What do I mean? Like, okay, so how about? Are you leaving?
Are you afraid of the press?
He's on.
When interviewing rappers, you have to be careful when comparing them to other rappers. One day, DJ Vlad was interviewing a white drill rapper from Chicago, known as EBE Bands. Around that time, Slim Jesus, another white drill rapper, was going viral and buzzing really heavily. So Vlad posted an article saying that Bands was the next Slim Jesus. And this seemed to upset Bands, since he didn't want to be...
Because Slim Jesus came out and was exposed as a fraud, so that's why he offended.
...compared to Slim Jesus, due to multiple reasons.
Your music video.
Right.
On Vlad TV, right? And, you know, I purposely titled it what I titled it because I wanted it to get a lot of attention. I said, you know, the next Slim Jesus ?
Bands then flashes his gun to scare Vlad, to show him that he's really about that drill life, unlike Slim Jesus.
I ain't no next nothing. I've been out before him. Months, years before him. In all honesty, I ain't blow up because my look real and authentic. Not no fool, foolery. My a CO2 gun. Boy, nah, man. Nah. Nah.
And sometimes, it's best not to ask rappers about things they've done in the past, either. Since it'll make them mad. The Island Boys were on the Danza Project, and before coming on the show, they had just gone viral not too long ago for kissing each other. A YouTuber known as La Mike was also on the show, and he asked the Island Boys if they were going to kiss it out since they were arguing. That's when they get pissed and stand up.
How y'all gonna get mad? Y'all the one doing that weird shit online.
Know that they'll whoop him right now.
What's in your... Yeah, you finally Joseph off. You Joseph, right?
Pause.
I heard they doing worse
now.
now.
I know what Joseph is. Hey, but first off, I kicked you and you didn't... You finally not musty, too.
What?
Finally not musty. Alright, bro. Y'all gonna kiss it out? Or like, what's good? Let's cap. Whoa. What you do about it?
Look, he not even scared.
Whoa. You see how look.
They ain't gonna do shit.
Let's talk.
Not long after that, everything calms down. And one of the Island Boys talks about how he doesn't care what haters and people on the internet say about him. That's when Danza says, if they feel that way, why do they get mad when someone brings up the topic of them kissing? The Island Boys let Danza know he'll tear up all the podcast equipment for bringing that topic up again. And they almost fight.
Did it?
They gotta say, man, they're gonna hate on you regardless.
But you say what they gotta say. That's what you said.
Now y'all ashamed.
Right, but at the end of the day, let's keep it 100 because we got both of y'all here too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what's going on with you two kissing each other?
Shut your ass. Break this.
Hey, yo, that.
I can see if they made it up. Like y'all literally are kissing online. Like how are you upset? Be mad at yourself.
See you try.
The fuck?
Bro, what you try? I would love to see you try that.
Exactly. I don't do shit. Sit y'all ass down.
But these two aren't the only rappers who get sensitive about that topic. A rapper known as Baby Los started to make a name for himself after he linked up with the Island Boys in 2020. Fans even considered him the fourth Island Boy. But not too long ago, Rich Kevin tried to get Los to speak on the viral video of the Island Boys kissing. And this is what upset Los and made him flash out on the interviewer.
I gotta ask you, bro, like, this is... Everybody wants to know, did you see the Island Boys kiss? Bruh, stop mentioning them dudes for real, bro. Like,
why you clapping?
I'm just saying, though, like, did you see them do something together? No, fam. Fam, they weren't gay when I was around, Like, bruh, stop doing that, bruh. Like, this interview ain't about that. Like, he could go down in this interview, bruh. Like, do you want to go down in this interview?
How you
Do you
mad?
want to go down? Yes or no?
Was you involved? The fuck?
Nah.
After the incident, Los was getting a lot of backlash, so he uploaded a video trying to clear his name because he said he did it since the interviewer wouldn't listen and stopped speaking about the Island Boys to him.
I know all y'all been seeing that interview that been going viral, bruh. I know y'all been seeing it. But if you literally watched the last interview before that, I told him, stop speaking on them. Them dudes went rainbow. Why would I want to be associated?
Because you was in the video with
recent
him.
interview that y'all clearly see that's going
Just
viral,
say, nah, I didn't see that. Let's move on.
he wanna ask me about them like, fam, I just told you don't.
It's a good thing the interviewer stopped speaking on it after that, because things probably would have been way worse if he had continued talking about it. Now, let's move on to 16 Shanell, because even though 16 isn't a rapper, he's known in the rap scene for interviewing a lot of rappers. So one day, 16 was on No Jumper, getting interviewed by Flacco, one of the members of the No Jumper team. During the interview, 16 tells Flacco it's like he's playing both sides, since Flacco is cool with one of 16's ops, but trying to be cool with him at the same time.
It's like you with me, then you on some police too. How was that our fault, though? Because you said, right?
What you mean, how's your fault? You standing behind, you calling me a cop chaser and you standing behind this showing you. No, right? I don't want you to be on my side, bro, but stop.
Bro,
stop.
I think the cop chaser was
game.
Flacco then called 16 Kevo to piss him off, since Bandman Kevo is the person 16 has beef with. So 16 tells Flacco to stop playing with him before he smacks him. And that's when things get crazy, because 16 does this next.
Hey, shut up. I just said let the man talk.
What'd you say, Kevo? Bro, stop playing, bro. That's a... Hey, stop playing before I say just do it.
Hey, no.
Oh my god. That's so disrespectful.
Watch out, we ain't do that here. Watch out.
I'll be the...
Thankfully, security was there, because things would have been way worse since they spit on each other. Now, let's move on to Snoop Dogg, because in 2011, Snoop went to Norway for an Adidas promo. He unfortunately arrived late to the interview, so the report straight up asked Snoop why he was late. But Snoop told him to be happy that he's there, since he didn't have to show up at all.
5 hours late here. And
Man, shut. Come on, man.
no, we just saw you on Twitter from the border.
5 hours late. I'm here to be happy I'm here.
Snoop then tells the interviewer to get out of there and makes the dude leave the room, since he wasn't asking him any real questions. Now, let's move on to ESTG. He was doing an interview with Bootleg Kev and got mad that Kev was talking more about his football career than his music career. Kev talks about seeing a picture of G in some football equipment and asks G for more details about it. So G asks him how he sees the picture, but not read an article about it.
I've seen this picture of you at the NFL Combine.
Yeah.
Which...
What? Yeah, I ain't seen no picture of no NFL.
Well, I saw you in like the NFL Combine looking like workout.
Yeah, like a workout.
Was that just a workout you were doing for a team?
I don't know. How you see the picture, you ain't read the article that came with it.
Kev continues only talking about football. So G asks Kev what any of this has to do with music, since G came on the platform to talk about his music.
What do I got to do with music?
Why he ashamed of
No,
that?
I'm just curious, because I'm a big football fan. So like, I'm just like, I'm a huge football fan, and I find it fascinating that like you really like have like a real high level like football run, you know what I'm saying, before the rap.
And you can tell this really pissed G off, since he stopped talking and was ignoring Kev. Then, seconds later, he got up and walked out of the interview, since he was annoyed with Kev.
Why did that upset him? Did he fail at the sport or what? Is it a sensitive topic? I don't understand. Like, he seemed confused too.
Time in Bootleg Kev podcast history. We had someone walk off of the set.
Now, let's move on to upcoming Atlanta rapper, Baby Kia, because he was doing an interview with Lil Pistol. Pistol is known for trying to roast and joke around with rappers during his interviews. But while doing this, Pistol takes things a little too far and decides to ask BK a very weird and suspicious question. That's when BK checks Pistol and instantly lets him know that he doesn't play like that.
Yeah, a female ever tried to eat before? Hey.
Why would you ask him?
Where the hell you from? Man. I don't know. I don't say it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared. I'm scared. Man, I ain't gonna lie.
No, I'm scared.
Pistol's whole mood changes, and he chills out with all the joking, since he knows BK is serious and doesn't want things to go bad on the interview. Now, let's move on to the rapper, Petey Wheatstraw, because Petey starts the interview and everything is cool. But the interviewer tries picking on Petey after Petey doesn't know the exact age he moved to the state he lives in now.
Local artist Petey Wheatstraw. What's good, Straw? Hey, it's good to have you here at Birmingham Unsigned but Major Bio Interviews. And I just want to ask you a few questions so the fans can get to know you a little better. I bet. So first off, we start off by asking you, where you from, man? Tell everybody where you from.
I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, the 504, you know what I'm saying? Moved up here to 205 Birmingham, Alabama when I was about, what, 3, 6, 9 years old.
Good words.
When you was about 3, 6, 9 years old.
Big guy.
Yeah, 3, 6, 9, like.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Nah, that's weird.
Okay, and
Seconds later, the interviewer's phone starts ringing. He fires back at the interviewer, saying that's disrespectful, and he's messing up his interview. From there, things start to get tense between the two.
Okay, and it can be edited out. Calm down. But like I said, it can be edited out, man. Calm down. Hello?
Well, not even answering that. This is unprofessional.
The interviewer didn't acknowledge Petey at all and talked on the phone during half of the interview. You could tell that Petey was stressed about that.
I would walk out. That is disrespectful. Granted, I don't know who this is.
My bad, Straw.
That's when the interviewer let Petey know he apologizes for that. But Petey tells him he's going to let that one slide. The interviewer goes back to asking him questions. But with one question, Petey doesn't answer. So the interviewer makes a smart statement saying that isn't what he asked.
Man, that was my wife. She didn't call me on some emergency. But, you know, back to say what?
I said, that would be respectful. I don't get no.
What I'm saying is, back to the interview, man. Back to the interview. I apologize, you know what I'm saying?
Ghetto.
It was kind of unprofessional, but at the end of the day, you know, we all have.
Both of y'all unprofessional.
We all have, you know, let slide. Let everybody know we know what started you with this music.
Man, I'm trying to reach the top. All these Birmingham. Man, you know my Birmingham top 10 countdown, right? That's gonna be out China.
Right.
Yeah, man,
But I asked, the question was, let everybody know how you got started. Like, what got you started.
And Petey gets pissed, letting the dude interviewing him know that he'll tear everything up in the house since he's disrespecting him during his interview.
I'm saying you people, y'all always got no conversation, bro. You ain't do it nobody else. I seen the other that you did, bro. You ain't do it.
Man, first off, we edit videos, so like that happened. I'm saying, and it get edited, my. So you don't know what I did with the other people. Calm down, and you gonna either do your interview or you gonna get. This whichever one you want to do, my nigga.
I'm doing you a favor.
Whichever one you want to do. I'm doing you a favor.
Bro, doing me a motherfucking favor.
Okay then.
So I'm about to do no motherfucking favor for me. Let's get that right, bro.
Okay.
On everything, bro. Don't even come at me like that. For real. Gonna make me bitch.
So I'm gonna do you a favor until you get the out.
You ain't get the your house, bro.
Fuck out my house. How about that?
Man, I tell you everything go, bro.
You tear it up. Tear it up then. Get your.
I'm pulling the gun out, bro.
And if the interviewer had been strapped, things probably would have been way worse, since Petey probably would have done him bad.
The ghetto. What was that? That seemed like a skit, low key, but maybe it was real. I don't know what's happening. I've never seen that man a day in my life. But yeah, these were definitely interesting situations. I saw a couple of these, but definitely got some more insight. So this was interesting. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.